Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, purchases off the wish list. Wish list? Yeah. And tipping the Clarista. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Here I'm going to give away some readings, and we'll do some readings for donation. Maybe see about maybe a little collective reading. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to do here. I'm just here. I'm just here. Come on in, come on in. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, that's so funny. It took me a minute to like realize what you were saying. Happy March 4th. For sure. How are you today, darling? My goodness. Trying to decide. I think I want to do like hey, Sunsies. I think I'm going to do like maybe like a quick collective, and then we'll do some readings. Absolutely. Gotta keep going. I'm excited too about like what I'm going to put out later. I feel like it's going to be really good for the collective or whatever. But, yeah, yesterday I like this. I like the new stuff we got going on. For sure. But I don't, I want to add on to more and things like that and spend some time in meditation and really kind of get down to the nitty gritty of it. But I wanted to, you know, show up and say hello and see what you guys are up to. Like I said, we'll do maybe a quick collective. I'm trying to decide the decks. I think I'm going to use one Oracle, maybe one Tarot. I haven't decided. And then we can do, you know, I was going to give away a couple readings if anyone wants to do some for donations. You know, I feel like collectively, I was talking to somebody yesterday, collectively we're really kind of going through, what did I say? How did I say it? It's, that energy of, you know that picture where it's like there's a person and they're holding this like stuffed duck and a duck and they're like, you know, and like Yeshua, you know, it's Yeshua that's got his hand out. It's like, you know, give me the duck, but like the person can't see that there's like a bigger duck behind Yeshua's back. You know what I mean? So, that I feel like that's kind of what's going on a lot. And the collective is kind of, it's like reaching an understanding that sometimes things happen that we perceive as bad, but we have no idea what's waiting on the other side. So yeah, I feel like collectively it's what's happening is we are learning to be okay when things seem bad to our human mind without recognizing and realizing that on the other side, it's, yeah, maybe I should just go ahead and dive into this because it feels, it feels like I should. Okay. So, and I'll just roll with it. And so basically what it is mastering, detachment, right? When in reality, you aren't really losing anything, but you're actually gaining everything. And when we hold on to things like out of like security and to make us feel safe and maybe even seen or heard or cared for, right? So it's like this energy right now, it feels like, it almost feels like we are being stripped, right, from certain things, right? Or it feels like maybe they're being stripped from us, but in reality, it's, again, you know, it's that energy of, you know, you don't necessarily see the bigger duck, but there is a bigger duck. And so, yeah, collectively, I feel like we are, you know, at this time, it seems like a lot of us are, you know, to our human minds, going through a hard time. But in reality, it's happening for us in order to master that detachment. Because when you detach from things, when you detach from everything, like I said, you actually gain everything. Okay? Because, you know, the law of detachment, right? When you are attached to something, when you, you know, it creates a resistance. But when you know, you think about people who find the love of their life, right? It's like you typically the moment that they're like, yeah, I don't care. I'm okay being single. I'm not worried. And then all of a sudden, right, the love of their life just walks into their, you know, it's this energy where when you're searching and you're looking for things or you're, you know, trying to have control, right, over the situation, simply it's a lot of it is out of attachment. It's out of you know, a fear of losing whatever it's he, she, they, you know, may be. But again, in reality, I feel like collectively a lot of us are in a spot where, you know, on the other side, there's everything to gain. So, you know, if you are feeling like this is resonating or whatever, you're being asked to master detachment at this time. So, how do you do that, right? Well, start with the source, right? What do you feel like you're losing grip on, or what do you feel like you know, things may seem like they're not necessarily going like your way, right? And again, that's the human mind. Ultimately, we try to control things, and when we do that, we kind of restrict what comes towards us, right? We restrict the universe, ultimately, right? Like you know, it's like, and so I feel like if things are maybe like taking a long time, or if it's like, you know, usually you're able to move through something very quickly, or, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know what's happening right now. You know, you're being asked to master detachment. When you love something, let it go. And if it's meant for you, it will always come back. And oftentimes when you do that, right, you close out a cycle of that old energy. And then if it's meant for you and it shows back up, you can start fresh and new from a more aligned space. If it's not meant for you, something else will come in its place. But you have to clear out the old energy in order for something new to be ushered in. So, yeah, I feel like this is what's really going on is, you know, kind of freeing your hands, freeing your mind from from that type of energy here. Hey there. I'm sorry to hear that. Losing a pet is like losing a family member. Sending you lots of love. Hey, Irene. What's up, Arkansas? But, yeah. This feels like, hey, Michelle. This feels like that energy, you know, collectively. But I'm going to dive probably further into it. Probably do something similar that I did yesterday. You know, get more channeled messages and then maybe do Reiki, or maybe just do a Reiki session and kind of do the channeled messages during that. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do here with that energy. But it came through last night, and so I knew that that's what we would be working on. Nice. Hey, Angel. Yeah, that's what it feels like is well, then it worked. I'm glad you guys liked it. I was a little nervous because obviously that's a new space for me. You know, and you know, the shift in direction, I'm probably gonna lose quite a bit of people, but that's okay. But yeah, so we'll do a Reiki with focusing on mastering detachment and just, you know, obviously it's chi energy, which is super intelligent. So if there's something else that you know, that you need to focus on or whatever that's coming up, obviously it knows and it'll direct itself where it needs to go. So, but let's get a quick little reading, and then if anyone wants to do personals, I'll give away a couple, and then if anyone wants to do some for donations, whatever, then we will make that shake here. All right, so we have moderation, we have observation. Truth. Learning. You know what I get from this energy here is there's a lot of this really kind of ties into that mastering detachment, because it feels like there's an energy of, you know, really kind of, it's like a fine line, right? Because it feels like you're separating yourself from like kind of like earthly things, earthly ideas, earthly, you know, whatever, but also like at the same time learning to manage this human experience. It feels like there's definitely an energy of Man, my throat was just fine. Sorry. Okay. You know, it feels like, you know, an energy where what you do, like the way, I'm sorry, the way that you, who I'm talking to, right? All of you, and then whoever, maybe if they watch this later, I feel like there's going to be too much going on, so there probably won't be a lot of traffic through this, but that's okay. Whoever's meant to see it will. It feels like you do things differently, right? And there's almost this energy of kind of wanting to blend in a type of way. Although you do things differently, your beliefs are different, right? There's an energy of not necessarily wanting to kind of stick out, right? Not wanting to, just kind of like tuck away in the corner, just unnoticed, right? Only seen by those that, are similar or have similar beliefs, but that's not really the point. And so it feels very empowering here. Because I get the sense that whatever you're working through right now, whether it be mastering detachment or, something like that, for some reason there's like a development of confidence, I gotta tell you, the past is hanging on tight right now, okay? Just so you know. Desperado is what I just heard. So, because it feels like you're really mastering some things here, which, maybe is going to separate you. Somebody that was very reliant on not necessarily you, but maybe your energy. Okay, it feels like somebody that they came up on your energy. You know what I mean? And it feels like as you continue to pull away and continue to just mind your business and go on with your own journey, right? There's a little bit of desperate energy here, just trying to cling on, right? Yeah, whoever this is, they had an opportunity to walk through the door. They didn't walk through the door, right? They didn't, and that's okay. They may have even made fun of you for walking through this door yourself. But anyways, I don't want to focus on that. I just want you to know that energy is definitely here. Drink your water. Also. Okay. So back to you here, where I feel like it's like for a long time, kind of being who you are and believing things differently or living differently, kind of under the radar. That was okay, right? While you were stepping into your truth and going through, kind of healing some things and, just sitting in observation, kind of in this hermit mode, right? But it's an energy where we're getting to a point where it'll be really important I don't want to say really important because I feel like with this shift, I mean, it is important, but it doesn't feel like it's something that you're being pressured to do. Sure, it may feel like a tinge uncomfortable, but I feel like whoever this is for, you've done a lot of work on yourself. So there's already like a pretty solid foundation around feeling confident, being confident in your differences and things like that. Yeah, I just keep hearing, have you ever heard of an earth angel? So I don't know if like, I don't know if somebody's like coming to you and being like, have like asking you questions, or, I don't know what this is, but, yeah. Have you ever heard of an earth angel? Right? Like, hi, nice to meet you, like, yeah. So, I also feel too, I feel like you're coming out of this space, to be honest with you. Okay, I feel like it's, again, like I said, it may be a little bit uncomfortable, and there may be a particular situation in which it's giving you an opportunity to stand fully in your authentic truth, right? Um, and it's almost like by doing that, that they're showing me that, picture of the person with the duck and Jesus with the big duck behind his back. It's almost like the duck is representative of your comfort and hiding. You're not necessarily, again, not hiding, but just, it feels like, rather than making other people uncomfortable or uncertain or, whatever it is, right? There's an energy of just kind of, keeping to yourself or just whatever. But it feels like, in this situation, right? That comfort of just kind of, being that different, in a hidden space is possibly because, and I feel like there's like this surprise about that comes with it, with it's almost like for some of you it's like you're keeping yourself in this space of because again, you could be in a situation where it's like you're handling this differently than most people would, because of where you are on your journey, because of your beliefs, whatever, right? And it's almost like you're holding that information to yourself, or like it's basically, I feel like for some of you, you've been brought to a situation where it's almost at the point where basically you need to, like, you got to say what you got to say. You know what I mean? You have to communicate about this, or there will need to be some sort of communication, or like, somebody needs to know what's going on, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is exactly, but it feels like on the other side of that, right? On the other side of just, standing in this truth, and there's it's like there's a bigger duck, right? Like, it's like there's transformation, and there's actually probably a lot more admiration than you may find, right? It's almost like the world is far more accepting of you than you realize, is what this feels like. We're not in the 1800s anymore. you know? um, And sure, there may be some people that consciously they're still living in that time, and that's okay. You know, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But the point of your transformation is not to hide it. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like. It's like, yeah, or there's like I don't know. It just seems like there's something that you're keeping to yourself, or like, I don't know. And it feels like once you just kind of, you know, again, it feels like maybe out of fear of judgment by keeping, you know, you're keeping that to yourself, or something like that. But it feels like there's something here where it's like if you just let it go, right? If you just release it, okay, things will start kind of moving again, is what it feels like, you know? So I don't know if there's like some sort of communication. This could be somebody else. You know, this could resonate in multiple different ways. It's like an energy where your differences in the past may have had you standing out in what you felt like was kind of a negative way, right? But it's like as you've changed, so has your world, so has your reality. And so there's an energy where I feel like if you express some sort of truth here, okay, or something like that, I just get this feeling that you may find that people are much more receptive, and accepting and intrigued, like wanting to know more type of energy here. Yeah, your own self-acceptance it will be reflecting back to you. I feel like if you, like, you know, some sort of communication, like if there's something that you need to say, or so, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I feel like I'm explaining it just fine, but it's like something that you may be worried about being received incorrectly or in a weird way. I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Okay. Let's see. Adoration. Yeah, see how we have this moderation, it looks like everything's burning, right? Maybe even including him, right? It's all burning around him. He's on fire even, like his arm's on fire, you know? And then we have the Hermit, okay? So seeking the truth. We have the Four of Cups here, contemplation, maybe feeling like a missed opportunity or kind of left out type of energy, okay? With the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands. So it feels like there's an energy, this Four of Cups feels like the root of, and that makes sense, right? It's like, in the past, maybe your uniqueness kind of brought you to a space of, you could have been misjudged or made fun of, or you felt left out, or, and so it's almost like you kind of changed or molded yourself over time in certain ways as to not rock the boat, right? But this has got you on fire. Okay, like literally it's like by hiding your authenticity in some type of way, you're burning, okay? There's something here that's within you that's, kind of, you definitely, when you spend time with this, right, when you kind of seek truth in this, contemplation here about, and then we've got this Queen of Wands with the Three of Wands, right? That's also too, that Queen of Wands is giving with that determination. That's almost that kind of that attachment here. So something may seem like it's on fire, right? Or like it's burning down here or something, but it feels like the root is whatever may have happened in the past that kind of put you in this energy of feeling like you need, or feeling like you really want to be seen. It's almost like you were very misunderstood. And it's like you've made some sort of mission about being understood correctly. Like, no, you will see me for what and who I am. I am not who you think I am. And this is, kind of got you burning here. Like it's, kind of got a fire going. Okay. Is that energy of wanting to be perceived in a certain way. And it's almost like your determination is your detriment in this situation. And this doesn't feel conscious. It definitely feels like a subconscious thing. I feel like ultimately you're meant to rock the boat, that's what you're here for. But some of you, it's like you're determined not to. Like, nope. But that And that's, you know, that's something that you'll heal through for sure, but it definitely take the time, you know? You got to take the time. All right, what's this observation here? You had me drunk in my mind. So this observation, okay, well, there's definitely a liar that's in some sort of competition with you. The Knight of Swords. I could double as a page or a knight, but yeah, that's a liar for sure. Okay. You know what they're showing me? They're showing me that I don't know if it's necessarily the movie Click, right? But it's almost like your world slowing completely down in order for you to be able to observe the reality of something or the truth around something. Whether it's you, okay, what you have going on internally, or this liar who is in some sort of competition with you. Not that you're competing back. I don't feel like that at all. But yeah, it's like, you know, again, going back to that energy where it's like you're moving on, right? And I had mentioned that, you know, the past is feeling very desperate to keep you around, you know, and it feels like you're moving on here. So there's an energy that's, you know, they are coming through confirmation. They are coming through to try to cause, you know, some sort of uproar. I don't see you necessarily bothered by this, you know, by now. I shouldn't say by now, but I feel like at this point on your journey, a lot of you are, you know, again, very aware of kind of who this is, the type of person they are, why they are the way that they are, and why they're doing what they're doing, right? So it's an energy where I feel like you're just observing. You're not taking on anything. You're not putting out anything into the situation. You're just observing, okay? Sure. Yeah. The truth of the situation, though, okay, it's again going back to that like mastering detachment. The wheel is spinning here, okay? Like things are changing. Also, too, there's an energy of, you know, going back to that space where we were talking about being honest about something or expressing your truth, or just, you know, some of you are going through a process in which you're kind of like, want to say you're hiding your truth, but kind of. There's also somebody else coming to tell you the truth. But anyways, it's almost like there's an energy of you're actually being misunderstood by not expressing this truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look, we have the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety with the Judgment card. Exactly. Right? It's like, I feel like maybe you want to tell somebody something or, and again, I don't feel like it's like you've been lying. I don't feel like you have been misleading anyone. Honestly, what it feels like is, you go through your own process and your own journey and things, and you just keep your way of living life to yourself, right? You live very differently, you believe things differently, things like that. And it just feels like there's like maybe for whatever reason it is important for you to express some sort of truth here. Yeah, but like we have this Nine of Swords with this Judgment, right? It's like there's some sort of anxiety about being, misunderstood or perceived the wrong way, or and I feel like that there's a lot of that may actually come from this liar type energy. I don't know. But underneath that, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords, right? Right. Like, it's like something solves itself in the physical once you just say what's happening. Like, once you communicate what's going on, okay? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. And maybe you don't necessarily live differently or anything like that, or but it feels like for some reason, and this isn't going to be for everyone, but yeah, it feels like you're like hiding behind but again, I feel like you're going to be received much differently. Is that right? Much differently? More different? I don't think that's right. I feel like I'm glitching. Okay. Yeah, we have this learning with this Six of Pentacles here. Shadow work. The moon. There's also, too, where if it's not speaking to somebody else about some sort of truth here, I feel like there's some sort of it's like there's a shadow that has cast an illusion here, that you're being encouraged to recognize the truth within you, right? Again, it's like, oh no, my world's on fire, right? Like, oh shit, my world's on fire. Okay, so you have a choice, right? You can either grab the extinguisher and fucking put that shit out, right? Or you can run, you know, like, and it feels like, you know, and the extinguisher to put that shit out, right? That would be by going within, right? Figuring out what is this a reflection of here? Because we've got the hermit, we've got the shadow work. Yeah, it's either, you know, it's all about a perception here, is what it feels like. Yeah, the Star card. You're healing some sort of restriction when it comes to this. Transformation. They're reminding me of, they just said the spoon is not real. So what they, but then, you know, but then they showed me the fire, right? So the fire is not real. The spoon is not real. The fire is not real, right? When we talk about like the Matrix here, okay? So there's something about that, right? The fire being an illusion, that your world is on fire, that's an illusion. Find the root of that illusion is basically what I feel like the divine is asking you to do. Yeah, 6 of Wands. You will have victory over this for sure. There's an awful lot of fire energy as well. So, yeah, I don't know why, but somebody's having anxiety about you know, you doing well or your growth. Like I said, this is an energy from the past. Somebody who is a liar who put themselves in some sort of competition with you. And it makes sense, like whatever this is entailing, right? Like whatever it is that is seeming like on fire, right? That's helping you to master detachment, like what we were talking about earlier. I feel like it all ties in, to be honest with you. But ultimately, you need to know that the fire is an illusion. Your world really isn't on fire. I mean, if you maybe let it get too far, too out of control, maybe. But I feel like this is an opportunity for you to kind of extinguish that shit, right? Or just, you know, recognize that it's not real. The fire is not real. So, anyways, all right, collective. Yeah, but Six of Wands, you'll have victory over this, okay? Also, again, going back to that energy of I don't know who's worried about how they're being perceived, okay? There's an energy of like you're being perceived, you know, it's like you're safe. The fire is not real. You are safe. You are being perceived in a positive light, okay? Like you know, and there just maybe, I don't know, for some reason it feels like communication is really important in this situation. Maybe not for everyone, but definitely for some of you, okay, and whatever this is. And also, yeah, confirmation that the past is desperate to hold on right now, okay, because there's an energy that built their foundation off of your energy, right? Off of your whatever, your frequency. So, and, you know, as you continue to pull away, move away, whatever it is, okay, you know, that foundation that they had built on your energy is crumbling. So, you know, for some of you, the you know, your world being on fire, while it could be definitely a projected illusion, if it's actually showing up, right? Because no weapon formed shall prosper. It feels like the weapon formed, okay? Figure out why. What is it within your, you know, your beliefs or whatever that makes you feel like you would deserve for this situation at this time? You know? And then give that shit back. You know? Hello. So, yeah. Mastering detachment seems like a good theme for right now, for sure. All right, so we've got a couple people. So Michelle and then also Caroline. Dina, I finally got back to your email. I didn't see it until yesterday, but the timing was perfect. Bum, bum, bum. Anyways, sweet. Sorry. So I hope that you see my response. But I felt like the timing was perfect. Because I really enjoyed it. All right. What was your, do you want me to just like ask the intentions of the mentor, or yeah, no, I loved it. Thank you so much, Dina. Caroline, and then also I'm guessing Michelle probably had to take a call or something, so we'll start with Caroline. Okay, you got it. All right, so the mentor on Caroline's mind. What is their intentions? Is there any foul play that she needs to worry about? Is this somebody who is there for, yeah, Five of Wands. Oh, okay. Okay, so, okay, keep going. Queen of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. here's what I feel like. I don't want to say that this person necessarily... Okay, I kind of feel it in my gut. This person... It's like they brought you as far as they can bring you, okay? You know, I kind of do feel like you've outgrown this person. I do feel like there is definitely some energy where they could still be... Five of Wands is competition. That's, you know, it's hard for me to argue, especially with that coming out. And the last card being the Eight of Cups, encouraging you to kind of walk away here. But a big message that came through is, you know, this person brought you as far as they could. Ultimately, you brought yourself with this person as far as you could. But yeah, I don't want to say that they necessarily have... I'm trying to be kind. I'm trying to be kind and truthful. And that if this person has ill intentions, it's because they're dealing with their own internal conflict. So I wouldn't take it personally. Caroline, that's it. Okay. Because I was like, you know, I wouldn't take it personally. But I do think that it is time for you to, you know, it's kind of like you've outgrown this person, if I'm being honest with you. Let's see. Has this person done magic on Caroline? Has this person done any type of spell work, manipulation, anything like that to make Caroline perceive as though she needs them? The Five of Pentacles, yeah. Yeah, because they're broke. No, I shouldn't go that far. I almost feel, I feel like I want to tiptoe around this energy, right? I don't necessarily want to, and maybe that's, you know, it's like I don't want to say the wrong thing. The numbers, Caroline, the numbers 55 or 88 might be synchronistic for you right now, okay? And we've got this Queen of Swords right in the middle. So you are seeing things clearly. You need to know that. You are absolutely seeing things clearly about this situation, okay? But yeah, this is somebody who does things behind the scenes in order to continue to generate finances. Because of this internal conflict, they don't, you know, obviously they don't feel worthy of, you know, whatever, you know, I don't know. I don't know their story. I don't know their deal. I don't know where they come from. I don't know, you know, but it does, you are seeing things correctly. Okay. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune though. Moving on, walking away from this, starting over though, we have this Ace of Cups. This is all, it feels like this is definitely an opportunity for you to call your power back in some type of way. You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you. You got it, Anna. Let's get to it. Okay, so Anna, do you mind if I get Michelle's done first? She's in and out on calls, and she actually was kind of first in line, but I was waiting for her. Is that okay with you? Okay, thank you. You're so kind. You are so kind. All right. What does Michelle need to know, generally focused on the next couple of weeks? Best advice for Michelle over the next couple of weeks, please. I knew it. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. But it kind of wanted to go back in the deck a wee bit. So... Okay, let's keep going. Almost like it was like afraid to come out. Here, okay. We have the moon, shadow work. Yeah, there's something that you don't see. But I do feel like it's not necessarily bad. I feel like it's pretty good. Nine of Pentacles crossing it. Okay, so there's definitely something that you're breaking free from here. Because the Nine of Pentacles is very free, very abundant type of energy. Tell me more. Page of Wands for Michelle for the next couple of weeks. Six of Pentacles. Okay, let me feel into this. Hold on. Because this is kind of internal, but I do feel like there is also something's shifting. Something is evolving. It's taking a different form. And it feels like it's taking a different form in the spirit, maybe within you. And then it's like going to show up in the physical here. I also feel like, too... Hold on. Tell me more for Michelle over the next couple of weeks. Michelle, I don't know if there's something with like your family, kind of maybe extended family or something like that kind of happening over the next couple of weeks here. But I feel like if there was some rocky energy here, I do feel like it's like... there's a rebirth here. There's you know, like with this this Lovers, this duality here, it feels like an energy of coming back together. And it came out with the Ten of Pentacles, which makes me feel like family. It feels like there could be... something could go one of two ways. It feels like it's going to go the more beneficial way. Okay, it's going to go the better way. There's a rebirth here. There's a, you know what I mean? Like there's, because I'm wondering if there's, you know, it's, if this is regarding someone, okay, in particular, which I do feel like it is, maybe even a couple of people, because we got a couple pages, we got a knight here, right? Like there's definitely some energy here. There's been some growth within these energies, and so it feels almost like, you know, this Ace of Cups, there, Page of Cups, there could be like an apology, there could be like, kind of like finally settling something that had maybe been kind of dragging on for some time. It does feel associated with family, though. But again, there is also something, too, that is... they just keep saying taking a new shape. So that could be tied into this, possibly. Excuse me. Here you are, King of Wands here, this leadership. And then we've got the King of Swords underneath that. So in this situation, I feel like you are showing up in a masculine energy. Which means there's probably a lot of action, a lot of movement that you'll be taking. That, you know, I feel like you're going to be busy. What's new? You know what I mean? But also there's an energy of kind of taking charge here. So, does that make sense? Is that helpful? Hey, Michelle. Okay, good. Okay, good. Michelle H, I should say. Which, you guys, there's been some emails that have come through and then they disappear. I love you, Michelle. Enjoy your meeting. Thank you. Sure. I'd love to hear it. So, Michelle, I briefly it's like I saw your email where you had said, you know, you talked about like the Patreon and don't worry about that. But then the email just like disappeared. So I didn't mean to like not respond to you. But you know what I mean? I just wanted you to know that. Like, I saw it, and I was kind of busy, and I caught a glance, and I wanted you to know you don't ever have to worry about that, right? Like, I'm super excited for all of the things that you had mentioned that you were achieving and things like that, and like, you know, yeah. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Anna, darling. Anna, what was your question? Did you already ask? I do, Michelle. Yeah. I mean, I've been here for... I didn't realize I had been here that long, but yes, I do. Ooh, 333. Oh, you guys, the threes I've been seeing threes everywhere. Anybody else? Okay, thank you for retyping that and your patience. All right. Wands is saying I need to know. Ooh, we have the Six of Wands. I like that. So if there's anything you're worried about or... Ooh. 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 yeah, it could be like an opportunity. You could be the burden. I don't know if if they're stacking up or anything like that, but it's almost like something maybe feeling like really kind of heavy maybe right now. And I'm gonna get some more cards on it, but if it is, okay, you are going to have victory over this. It's like there may be a lot of pressure, okay, but it's because it's creating a diamond. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going for Anna, please. Yeah, the Sun card. Six of Wands and the Sun card. Anna, you are so golden. Okay. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. There's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of fire. Crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. The pressure, okay, and or like this, it almost makes me feel like, oh, look, we have six, the Sun card, 7, 8, 9. Holy shit. And then look, we like came out in that order. What? And then the Sun being the 10 here, but it's over here. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords and the Judgment with the World. Okay. Okay. There has been some sort of like resistance or like almost like resisting force that you've really had to, I feel like, kind of, it's almost like running against the wind is what it feels like, to be honest with you. It's just like the wind is blowing really hard this way, but you need to go this way. And that's maybe what it's been feeling like. But you need to know, okay, that there is solid progression here, okay? And that you are going to have victory over this, okay? And the Ten of Wands didn't even come out, which is the burdens, right? So it's like this energy of like, maybe level up your protection in a way, okay? But honestly, I feel like if you're feeling as though you're running against the wind, I have to be honest and tell you that there could be something family related regarding that, okay? Whether it be that somebody in your family is kind of projecting the wind, if you will, or it be that there is some sort of belief that you had developed from your family that is like kind of creating that wind, okay? I feel like honestly it's probably a little bit of both, right? There's maybe and again, just because somebody may be projecting that, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily doing that intentionally or with ill intent here, okay? But you are being formed into a diamond here, okay? So the pressure you feel now, okay, is simply taking you to some sort of opportunity here. It's kind of like, and I don't know if you heard the collective, but it's like almost like I was talking about how the fire was an illusion, right? The spoon is not real. That wind for you is not real. But there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of, all of this is going to manifest in the physical. Okay, all of this drive and desire and, you know, defending yourself, and maybe not necessarily defending yourself, but like, you know, creating boundaries and this resilience, it is going to pay off in the physical. Okay? There is an opportunity here. Anything else for Anna? Love you too. Yeah, you're moving through something that it's like, and I don't know, with this Emperor and it says take up space. Man, you guys, my throat chakra is, people be trying to interrupt that stuff, I guess, or something's happening here. I did some shadow work this morning, but maybe it's still kind of coming up. But anyways, Anna, back to you. Sorry. You know, there's an energy where I feel like in the past, it's almost like, I don't want to necessarily say belittled, but maybe, you know, or like made to feel small or not important, or like, you know what I mean? Like your dreams and your goals, right? They're reminding me of that Lil Wayne, right? He's like, what does he say? He says, they tell me don't get high and I should probably make a living, but I'd rather make a hustler. What does he say? But I'd rather be a hustler and make a killing, or something like that. Basically, you know, this energy of, I feel like where you're going in life, you know, especially with this progression and your dreams and your goals and things like that, right? It really honestly feels like I don't want to say envy, but kinda, you know, and so with that, or like the potential that people saw in you or something like that, right? Created kind of, and so then there's like this energy of kind of like making you to feel small, whether this was family or other people in some type of way. And I feel like you're, you know, like I said, this pressure is turning you into a diamond, one that takes up all the space that it needs. Okay? Okay. Yeah. So it's like whatever you feel like that wind is, right? Like the root of that wind of like because it feels like a belief, you know, and there may be people involved in trying to project that, right? But that's, you know, it is only able to form if there's a belief within you that agrees with that, right? So whatever, there's a belief that yeah, it's like, imagine how hard that would be to run against wind, like, you know what I mean? Like, so there's something about like a belief that like what you desire, where you're going, or your dreams or whatever, it's going to be hard, and you know, you should just get a job, right? Like, I don't, something about that. Something in there, okay? That ideal that it's, you know, that being successful in your authenticity is hard and it's tough and it takes sacrifice, which it does, right? But but like, you know, that type of energy. Tap into that, and I feel like if the wind doesn't completely go away, I feel like it's definitely going to lighten up a little bit, okay? Yeah. I kind of picked up on somebody who was just kind of like a little bit, you know, envious of the talent, or envious of, you know, it's almost like, you know, like a, I don't know if he perceives things as like always being easy for you, or like something like that, like, and there's envy around that, or like, you know, things just work out for you, or things just like go your way. Like, that's just what it kind of feels like. And this is, you know, there's that's, you know, it's like, well, if I have to suffer, you do too, right? Like, it's like, actually, no. You know? So, yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Anna. So we'll do Michelle H, and then Irene will be after that. Okay. So I feel like, yeah, Michelle, do you mind if I find, is it okay if I find the root instead? Because I know you'll overcome it. I know you will. It's just part of the journey. The whole reason you're on this ascension is to ascend. So you will ascend. So, yeah. So if I am able to, okay, cool. So let me find the root, and let's get to it quicker, shall we? Okay, so what is the root of, sorry guys, let me just shake everything up, right? Like the earthquakes. Okay, so what is the root of why Michelle is feeling stuck or viewing herself maybe as a little unworthy? What's coming up at this time? What is coming up at this time? Okay, so there is an energy where, Michelle, I don't know if you're doing it consciously or unconsciously, okay? But you may be comparing yourself to others in some type of way of like where you are and where they are. And it's very important for you to know that like where you, it's almost like there's something inside of you that says, I'm taking too long. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm, you know, when in reality, you're actually exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay. But it's that belief that says, you know, well, I failed because I don't, you know, it's kind of like that keeping up with the Joneses, right? And society projects that shit onto us all the time, you know, just, but it's a subconscious thing where it's like there's a negative self-talk because you maybe you're not where you feel you need to be, right? And this makes me feel like too, somehow with this Page of Cups, it does tie into your childhood. I'd like to find out that a little bit more. How does this tie into her childhood? What's the childhood wound associated with this? There's guilt here. Because it's like maybe you are, and again, doesn't necessarily have to be conscious, but it feels subconscious. There's guilt here for you feel like you went down the wrong path, or you made the wrong decisions, or you invested your time and your energy and your money in the wrong places, right? Like it's like that type of energy here. Again, it feels subconscious. I would definitely look at that because it's like that version of you, it was so important to this journey because she brought you where you are now. Okay. It's almost like to say like, sometimes we have to dive so deep into the shadow in order for us to find our light again, or in order for us, it's like if Michelle, when you were younger, right? And you made all the right decisions and you did all the right things, then there would be no point for this ascension, if that makes sense, right? And that's the point of this existence for you, is this ascension. It's not only breaking generational curses, but it's also your own soul's evolution. And so it's like you signed up to almost, quote unquote, make the wrong decisions in order for you to come out on top, to, you know, that type of energy here. So it's like, that's the root of this, for sure. So are you, the best way to overcome this, for sure, is, you know, we found the root, right? So it would be, you know, either through, you know, for me, it's trauma spotting, right? I find that where I feel that in my body, and then I just, you know, I sit with that, and I kind of, you know, I've gotten very vocal of like, you know, show me the wound, right? And then I can see it, and then heal the wound, right? And then just, you know, here we go, right? Like seeing things differently. So there's it'll be important for you to kind of feel through what you're feeling while you're triggered, right? Tap into where that is kind of rooted in your body in order to help bring that up to the surface. You can do that. There's so many online. One of my favorite, like new favorite Reiki masters or whatever online. There's several. But I think she's called, hold on, let me find her. Alchemy Healing is a really good one. And then there's also, no, they're just saying Alchemy Healing, suggest that. So what I would do, and you know, when two or more gather, right, it's a lot more powerful. So you can use that resource of those like free Reiki sessions online with the intention to heal this wound. It may take more than one time, and while you're doing it, right, you'll probably feel some activations in your body. Just focus on those and allow those to just come up. Yes, that's absolutely the pressure you feel around your heart. If you can just sit there, and I know that sometimes it gets a little heavy, and it's like, I remember there was one time I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm having a straight up heart attack right now. I feel like I'm dying. But I pushed through. It was really scary. But no heart attack. Yeah, and it hurts sometimes. It really does. And it was like a good 5 minutes that I felt like, you know, it was scary. But anyways, you know, sitting with that, it is very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. But that is how you're going to move past this stuck energy, by getting rid of that belief system. That you've got to prove yourself, you know, to be worthy. Yeah, right. You're already worthy. You were born worthy. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Yeah. And the emotions are good, right? Because when you're crying and things like that, it really helps you to, that's releasing, right? Like, you know, and the emotions, remember, emotions are energy in motion, right? So they're not necessarily yours. They're just here to help you see something correctly or change your perception around something, right? So, yeah. Again, it may take multiple times when we're healing. Healing is kind of like a spiral. You know what I mean? Michelle, I understand that. deeply. I do. And that's a lot on a child, for sure. And so I get where you're at in this energy. I can, I can see it here. But again, it's like a spiral, right? The healing is, and you may come back around to her, may pop up again for you, or, it may take more than one time to heal through this simply because, it's a deep-seated wound. But just be patient with yourself. Don't overdo it, okay? Sit with that until you feel kind of that feeling in your heart loosen up, right? That type of energy, right? Or kind of subside in a way. It may actually move around, follow it with your mind, but, and then allow that to integrate for a few days. Drink lots of water, get lots of rest, and then go back and see how you feel again. You know what I mean? And I guarantee it'll feel better the next time. But yeah, this is unfortunately, sometimes the breakthrough is very uncomfortable. It is. But now that you kind of know the root of why you're like this stuck energy at this time, right? Now you can set that intention and focus on that. I understand, for sure. I do. You're very welcome. Thank you. Okay. Irene was next. Gorgeous, darling. Alright, what is... Or Michelle, you can always book with me, but I don't want anybody to think that there's no obligation, right? Free is good. If you've got a free resource, use it. But I shouldn't just not, advertise my own services. But you get it. I'm here to help, not to take. All right. What is coming Irene's way? What's coming towards Irene as she's closing out these old cycles? What's coming towards Irene? Ooh, something you don't see. Okay. Oh. Okay, but okay, keep going. Like something you really don't see because it's the moon and it was upside down. Okay, we have endings. Okay, so shadow work with the endings makes sense. Ten of Swords, closing out those cycles. Okay, what else? What's coming towards Irene, please, as she's closing out these cycles? Ooh, something's gonna double up. Right, it's almost like in this Knight of Wands energy. Ace of Swords, too, at the bottom of the deck with the Emperor. See how he's got the one lightning bolt here, okay? There is this Two of Wands where it's like doubling up is what I was really drawn to rather than just, the actual meanings of the cards. So there's something that it will, like I said, double up here, okay? Could be your money. As I say that, the Knight of Pentacles comes out. Could be something to do with your you know, your skills, you know, your clientele, your business, your, you know, all of those things, subscribers, whatever it is, something is going to double up. And it will, so this is kind of happening in the physical. I feel like it definitely will happen in the, or this is happening kind of in the spirit. I feel like as you kind of close out these cycles here. And so there is this Knight of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles here, okay, and the physical. That's the physical. The King of Pentacles is wealth, stability, groundedness here, okay? So there's something that's, there's an increase is what's happening. Increase in your stability, maybe increase in your creativity, increase in your will and your drive, yeah. Yeah, because you're seeing through some sort of illusion here. The Hermit, the Seven of Swords with the Ace of Swords. Oh, yeah. Tell me more about this King of Pentacles. Because I also feel, too, that this could be someone. Ooh, goodness. The Hermit with the Five of Swords, the King of Swords with the World. Hold on. Let me take Maui out really fast. Let that kind of come through. Whew. My leg. I was sitting on my leg. You go outside, buddy? Come on. Okay, sorry. I feel like it's like, for some reason I feel like there's an energy that has some sort of, like, power over you. And it's not like you're just giving it to them. There's something that's tied into these cycles here that's associated with that. I feel like you're taking that back as well, right? It feels very breadcrumby energy, Irene. And it doesn't have to be romantic, but it feels like, it also feels too, like, kind of manipulative in a way. definitely somebody that takes advantage of your like kindness and like your generosity. I feel like there's an energy of calling your power back, and from that, and that's definitely associated with this here for sure. It's helping things to double up, because it's like there's an energy where maybe before it's almost like this doubling, right? And all of these different things. Had you still allowed this person or given this person this kind of power over you, right? Just out of sympathy or empathy or compassion or whatever. It's like this doubling is being protected until you have called back your power. It's like you're not giving to this person like you were before. Because, right, they would take advantage. You've worked hard for whatever, all of this that's coming towards you. This person hasn't done anything. I mean, maybe they've done some things. I don't know what they've done. But what I do know is that you deserve everything that's coming towards you, not this person. It's like all of these things that are going to be doubling, right? Or like a reward, or like it's not necessarily a reward. It's like you're aligning yourself to it, but you can't. This person doesn't deserve that. Does that make sense? So it's like, it's almost like the divine, the universe, the ancestors are like, we'll just keep this safe here until we know that Irene isn't going to be just willy-nilly out here passing it out. Because this is all meant for her. And again, it's not to say, right, that you can't share or give or be generous, but there's one person in particular, or it feels like maybe more than one, I don't know, but that is definitely a taker. You know what I mean? Definitely a taker. And yeah. So that might be significant. That just might help you to kind of understand maybe a delay, or what you would feel like is a delay, Yeah, so it's like, it's okay to share and give and be kind and compassionate, but there's this, and I think you know exactly who it is. There's somebody in particular that doesn't deserve that extension of your love and kindness anymore. So, yeah. Keep going. You're doing a really good job. Ooh, 144. On the timer. I love that. Oh, guys, I'm getting kind of hungry. Good. You're welcome. Thank you. I love you guys. Is anybody wanting a free one? Michelle had paid for an extra one, or, I had mentioned just giving a couple away. So if anyone, 1555 also, 555 might be significant. But yeah, if anyone is wanting she is. If nobody's wanting a free one, I'm absolutely okay with that too. But I just I want to give the opportunity if it's needed. Oh. I'm not gonna hold a gun to your head. You know what I mean? Because I'm actually kind of hungry. Oh, I'm hungry. All right, moving with intentions. Can I have a first name? And then what's your question, darling? Oh no, I'm out of water. Oh, Irene, you're the best. Irene, is that one for you? I feel like the chat's delayed, maybe. Or maybe I'm just impatient. I could also just be very impatient. Oh, I'm working on it. I'm working real hard. What's your question, darling? Oh, maybe it's not delayed. Okay, what is to come of Irene's friendship with Sheena? I hope I'm saying it correctly. What is to come of Irene's relationship with Sheena, her friendship? There's a lot of, I feel like because we're not necessarily, because what's come through, it doesn't feel like, it feels like, you know, your friendship will continue to grow and to flourish, like, and so it feels like more so what I feel like came out here was things that, that like with the work that you two do together that will develop within you, like I'm wondering if Sheena is more of like an explorative, you know, really kind of reminded me of Brittany Murphy off of what was that movie with Dakota, what was that movie, Uptown Girl. I don't know if this is necessarily exactly, but it's like that energy of just very playful, very free spirited, very kind of like, you know, explorative, but also, you know, it feels like that is going to kind of be, it's like these things about her are things that are going to kind of like grow within you, right? It feels like yeah, with this rejuvenation, right? The star with the 5 of Pentacles, the sun and the chariot, like with the 10 of Cups, you know what I mean? It's like it feels like there are certain things that maybe were left behind because we've got 2 knights here. Maybe when you were younger, kind of being brought back to life, if you will. And it feels like she brings that to the table. Like I said, kind of that Brittany Murphy free-spirited energy off of that movie. It's like, it's kind of like that movie. And not to say that you're exactly like the little girl and her strictness and her, you know, OCD-ness and her, you know, stiffness and things like that. Like, it's not to that extent, but it's kind of like that, right? The little girl taught her responsibility and maturity and things like that. And she taught her how to play and have fun and to, you know, that's what this feels like. That's what's going to come of this connection of where you two, it feels like a very good match in the way that, you know, what she has to offer is where you may be, I don't want to say lacking, but where you may have, it's almost like forgotten pieces of you, like in the past, you know, and she's kind of bringing those parts of you back to life. And then, you know, for her on the other end, it's like you're doing things for her, vice versa, right? So it feels like with this, right, it feels like the friendship will continue to grow and flourish, but these are the things that are going to kind of come out of it, like as far as like, you know, the development and the growth. So they're definitely giving like an Uptown Girls theme here, you know, and you know, they continue to be friends forever. You know what I mean? So I don't think that there's any kind of worries when it comes to this friendship, but it's definitely like you two kind of rubbing off onto each other in the right ways. You know? Does that make sense? And again, it doesn't have to be as extreme, right? Those were 2 very extreme energies. So it doesn't have to be like that, but it feels, you know, they're giving me that energy here. Moving with intentions, what's your first name? I love that. That's one of my favorite movies. Gosh, I miss Brittany Murphy. Well, I shouldn't say I miss her like we're friends or anything like that, but she was just such a breath of fresh air, you know? And she just was so herself and just bubbly and just, you know. I don't feel like on that movie, Uptown Girls, that she really had to do too much acting. Thanks, Lori. Okay, sorry. It's just easier for me to say a name rather than the whole handle, you know. And I've learned over time that if somebody is not willing to tell me their name, I probably don't want to tap into their energy. You know? All right. All right. What does is it the right time for Lori to move? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, is it the right time for Lori to move? Is it the right time for Lori to move? The moon, I would say no, okay? And this moon is, talks about shadow work. So it makes me feel like you're running from something. What is, and again, this is maybe a subconscious thing, or I'm not judging or anything like that. It does make me feel like you are running from something though. Tell me more for Lori. Yeah, the Hermit, seek truth. That's go within. That's don't you dare make a move. The answers that you are seeking are actually within you. And yeah, the Four of Pentacles. No. Right now is not the right time to move. If there's any reason that we have the Moon, which is card 18, which is a 9, and then we also have the Hermit, which is another 9. So number 99, either you're seeing that a lot, or this is, nines are endings here. So you're ending a cycle for sure. But the answer ultimately is no. If there's something that you are feeling like you're running from, or maybe that's not the right term, or I'm not exactly sure, but it's there's something that you need to look within on, okay? Because you're closing out a cycle. There's an energy of like it feels like this is a repetitive thing, right? Like this happens, right? It's like, a cycle that kind of happens over and over again. You're not encouraged to continue this cycle. You're actually encouraged to close out this cycle so you never have to encounter it again, okay? Yeah, there's some anxiety around this, right? It may seemingly have like, it may seem like you're, kind of going back to this energy of like the spoon is not real, right? The fire is not real. The wind is not real. I mean, in these different situations, right? I don't know if you were here earlier and caught all those other messages, but ultimately, whatever is your current reality and how you're perceiving it, it's not real. The spoon is not real. Okay, you're just being encouraged to go within on this, okay? And whatever's triggering you and making you feel like, yep, it's time for me to go, right? No, look at that. Look at that. Okay? Yeah, you're very welcome. You got it. You totally got it. Like I told Michelle H. earlier, Reiki is super good with that, okay? If you have a, one that you like on YouTube, or, I offer sessions, I offer trauma spotting and Reiki and, all of these things. But again, resources sometimes they're not there. So it's like there are also lots of free resources as well to help aid you in this shift, okay? Or if rather than Reiki, maybe like a good music, a good artist to listen to like during meditation to really help you move through things is Saint Finnegan. He's really good. He definitely shows up with like healing energy and helps with the alchemization of these things as well. Okay? A location? I have no idea, Jet. I could try. You don't have to pay me. I could just try. Yes. Subliminals are good. Frequencies are good. You know, there's so many good things. Just be careful, because there's also so many, especially be careful with subliminals, right? Because, you know, you never know what they're really putting on there, except for some, you know, they put it in the description, things like that. So just use your discernment, use your intuition. You'll be able to know or feel or tell if somebody's showing up with good intentions and things like that, you know. So yeah, there's so many resources out there, truly. And you can get through it for sure. You're not alone. Not alone. A desert and a green canopy with a green tint. Dragon stoves in the sand. Huh. Is the Sound Healers a channel specifically? I'm assuming so. Cool. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to. It's like I can. I think I'm maybe seeing what you saw, Jet, but it's I don't know that it was necessarily like a real place, because I mean maybe it was, but it feels like more of like an energetic space. But again, I don't, you know, listen to yourself. You know, if you feel like it's a real place and I'm off, then yeah, I can't, I'm not saying that it like is not, how do I explain it? Yeah, maybe it is a real place. No, I'm not able to. I feel like I can maybe see it, but okay, well, let's just ask. Is the place that Jet saw in his dream a real place? Two of Swords. Is the place that Jet saw in his dreams a real place? Okay. Two of Swords and then the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Sun with the Seven of Cups. Which the Seven of Cups can talk about dream space. It can talk about confusion. It can talk about, but I'm not really picking up confusion or illusion. It can also talk about choices. And then the Nine of Wands. With the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I'm going to have to trust my intuition. You trust your own intuition, but I have to tell you, I feel like with this, right, the Two of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, of like, yeah, maybe it was a real place, right? But then we have the Sun here with the Seven, with the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Wands, which is like kind of that spiritual energy, right? The dream space and in the ethers, right? It feels like, it honestly feels like maybe and I don't know if you remember all your dreams and things like that or whatever, but it feels very real, like as in to you, because it's a real space for you, but it's but it feels like real in the ethers more so than, it's like a space that you created like in the dream space and in the ethers here, for whatever reason, that's, and again, I just have to trust myself on this, and you you use your own discernment, and trust yourself as well, right? But yeah, that's, after, yeah, this is what it definitely feels like to me. And maybe there's a reason for that, right? If it feels very real to you and then it's showing up for me like that, maybe there's a reason for that. Sometimes we don't necessarily understand things right away. Interesting. Yeah, the serpent could be a guide, or we are in the year of a snake. So that might be significant as well. Maybe look up the significance of all of those things, right? Like dream interpretation. So what is the significance? What is the... So the desert often represents a place of solitude, introspection, and profound connection with the divine. It can also be a place of testing and transformation, of being, divested of empire and ego. So transformation, testing, and spiritual emptiness is what it says also. These are all just, what I would do if I were you, because this shows up on my end, I would Google all those things. The spiritual meaning of, like the tent, maybe even the color green, and the serpent, maybe try to figure out what kind of serpent that was, or, I don't know. But flow, yay. Okay, good. I love doing it too. It was very fulfilling. So that's something that will continue to happen for sure. How are you, Flo? But yeah, Jet, that's what, thank you. That's what I would do, is just look up all the significance, okay, and what your eyes are drawn to first, what pops out to you first, maybe jot some notes and things, and then just like meditate on that, because it feels like there is a message there, but yeah. I'm glad. I was like, man, what if they, I don't know. There was just some doubt that kind of came up, but it was I do love it. And I love this kind of 2.0, the way things are kind of playing out and stuff like that. So, but yeah, kind of like I said yesterday, I'm just going to go with the flow on this new schedule, new agenda, all of those things. I feel like it's still up in the air on whether or not I'm going to continue to do zodiacs. There's a lot of shifts and changes happening. Again, it's not necessarily completely out of the question or anything. It's just, like I said, still kind of up in the air. And yeah, I may lose some people, but that's okay. Because I'll probably gain some more. You know what I mean? I gotcha. Yeah, see, all of those little details that you're remembering, like, it has meaning. So I would meditate on it for sure. Good. Yeah, I was like, I was worried because I was like, man, is this going to be like awkward and like I'm just, but no, it was very much, I just showed up like I was called to do, and it flowed and it was good. And, open up community posts. What do you mean? I have community posts. And I'm not super worried about, I don't know. It's that whole mastering detachment, right? I'm comfortable with the views and things like that. Just trusting the process, but because we have I feel like that would be something else for me to manage, and that I don't know that I want to. Because we have the website where there's like posts available there, and there's not a whole lot of activity there, but it's not that I don't want to. It's just it's like all these different things that I feel like I gotta keep up with and focus on, and and it's exhausting. Oh yeah, I don't know. A lot of you are great, and I think it would be awesome if you could post on the channel, but also, you know, and I shouldn't fear it's not that I fear the trolls, it's that I don't want to deal with it. I feel like I just got rid of some, and I know that that's something that's going to be a thing, you know, it's probably never going to all the way go away, but, like, yeah. I feel like that's just opening the door for outside energy to influence the channel, and that's something I don't want to have to fight. And I'm not afraid to work. Trust me, I've been a hard worker my whole life, but this energy work, it takes a different kind of toll on you, you know, and when it's all associated and all, at the end of the day, even just things like that, it's, yeah, if that makes sense. Well, Jet, you got the dream, so you better figure it out. You know, chances are maybe I was, you know, it's not up to me to figure it out, right? Like, maybe it's your mission. You got the mission. Like I said, trust your intuition. Trust what you're feeling, okay? For sure. I don't think it's dumb. I trust you. I believe you. Who's Marissa? I don't even know who that is. There was a person named Clara who, that's just what she put on the website. I don't necessarily know that Clara was the real name, but who, yeah, you know, and haven't heard from her. Really him. I feel like it's a him, to be honest with you, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not always right, but it's been a little bit. Well, not too long. February 12th was the last time. Maybe her name was Marissa. She just showed up as Clara. Is Marissa a fire sign? Does anybody know? Maybe a Leo? Yeah, so whatever. It was more so the, you know, somebody can send me messages and it doesn't bother me. It's the energetic shit that was. But I'm grateful because it feels like, yeah, we have the Six of Wands. Exactly. Victory is mine. Can't run me off. Can't scare me with your stupid hoodoo voodoo. No, it's not all stupid, but whoever's was stupid. Yeah, it does. It does. But honestly, I had, there was stuff coming from all kinds of directions. People from my past, things like that. So, family, all that. Very aware. Yeah, justice. Exactly. Yeah. And whoever it was, they're in the Nine of Swords now. They can't think straight. That's what they wanted for me. They wanted me all wonky. But no weapon formed shall prosper. It formed, but I never got wonky. I just dove in, it was an energy that projected, the shadow, right? It was like, whatever it was, I felt like I had been dealing with it for quite some time because it was like, the only focus was the shadow. You know what I mean? Like there was, and it was like, that's all that I remembered was like bad memories and since defeating this, I've, what's that song lyric? When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. That type of energy. You'll know. I know because now all of the things that were higher vibrational and good memories and are kind of rushing back in. Let me go get Maui. Hold on before he loses his head. Love you, buddy. I'm almost done. But yeah, it was like I would had. It's like now being on the other side of it. I can see it very clearly where like that. It's like somebody had projected a very dark cloud over me. But the dark cloud was a mirror of my own shadow. And so I had to just basically let it rain and clear it out, and that's what I did. And it took me several years, Yeah. So it's like, but also that, that kind of came with, my life drastically changed when I got married. My energy, my everything. I feel like that's really when it started. I feel like coming out of a 10-year cycle of, yeah, I'm not here to, but, it was a marriage that I definitely lost myself in. It was a very toxic, an energy vampire, if you will. Okay. And, yeah, so I just been working through that, I guess. It's like, that situation took me so far into the shadow, so far. But I was rescued, just in time to be able to manage it, Hey, Angel. So, well, I don't know that I necessarily rescued. I mean, I did, like, through healing, but I made that decision to heal. But it was the universe, it was God, source, the divine, that like kind of woke me up to. That kind of like was like, hey, snap out of it, So I feel like it was a joint effort, between the divine and I, for sure. Yeah, and we had a kid together, so I still am, kind of dealing with that a little bit, trying to co-parent, but literally. Yeah, no problem. And yeah, so it feels like, in a lot of ways, and I almost like am nervous to talk about it because it's like, I feel like I just came out of it, and it would be just like, whomever. But again, they're in this Nine of Swords. They can't. They're all jumbled up. They can't reach me all the way up here, So it's not like I'm scared. It's just like I've learned the hard way to move in silence. I created some boundaries the other day and I was told that I am crazy. Whatever book you're reading, you should just stop because you sound crazy. Which, show of hands, how many of you agree that that is a typical energy vampire narcissistic response? No, we're not going to feed any more energy into it. But it's true. You know, I have to be honest and say that I was, you know, I was not perfect at all before my marriage. No. But I was, you know, it's almost like that had kind of drained all of the good out of me. You know what I mean? And just left me in the shadow is basically, and slowly I've called it back one bit at a time. But yeah, Anya, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you guys for being awesome and supporting me and loving me. And, you know, because even through this, you know, last a year and a half with the business and things like that, I've still been, you know, getting rid of that dark cloud. And there was, you know, it was almost like there for a minute, there was a couple times where it was like, it's like I had moved through it and then it was like I was shoved back into it. You know, again, grateful for it all. But yeah. Thank you. Sometimes you just gotta keep walking until you see the light, you know? We don't know how long the tunnel will be, but there's always an exit. There's always, you know, but yeah. That's pretty much how it went. But I'm grateful. Because, you know, like I said, you know, before that, you know, I was far from perfect. I wasn't, you know, nearly as present of a mother as I am now. You know, my priorities were not correct. You know, there was some addictions, you know, just, you know, different things. So but enough about me. Actually, I'm gonna go. I'm starving. 234 2345 actually. That was weird. Dang, it is already 1 o'clock. Oh, I did not intend on being here this long, but I'm glad that I was. Yes. And yeah, so the Reiki session for mastering detachment, that will be up. I've got to refill and all that kind of stuff first, but yeah, that will be up, and Again, zodiacs are kind of up in the air. I don't know. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for everyone who stayed and hung out the whole time. You guys are awesome. Or just hung out for a little bit, or just, you know, came and went, just, or donated, or didn't donate, or just thanks for existing. Thanks for all the things. I just love you guys so much. I love you all so much, and I hope that you have the very best day. Yes, I will give Maui a big ol' hug after well, I don't know. I was going to say after I finish cleaning out his paws, but I think they're okay. Yeah, no problem, Jet. Any hoosies. Love you guys.